Hi everybody, so today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the products that I've been loving for 2016. I cannot believe this year is almost over. That's so crazy. 2017 like even sounds weird. Like I can't believe it. Yeah, if you guys want to know what products I've been loving, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start with face products and then do like eye products and lip products, kind of like the order I would normally do my makeup in. So for primer, my favorite primer has been the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer Oil Free. They have so many of these for different like skin types and finishes, but I like the oil free one because I have really oily skin. If you have oily skin, you are going to love this primer. What I love about it is I feel like most foundation primers that are meant for mattifying and oily skin are very like silicone-y feeling, and when you put them on they almost make your skin feel like dry and tight, and this actually feels like a gel moisturizer. Like it doesn't feel like it's going to be mattifying or drying at all. It feels really nice on the skin, but it keeps you matte all day, which I like. So yeah, this has definitely been my favorite. I feel like it's always going to be my favorite, but yeah. Okay, so I have two foundations. One is drugstore and one is high-end. The drugstore one is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is such an amazing foundation. I feel like even if you have dry skin, I feel like this would work because it's not like a super matte finish. It's a very natural matte finish. It has medium coverage, so if you do have breakouts or redness, you might want to put a concealer on underneath and then put this on top. That's what I do. But I just love the finish of it, and I love how long this lasts. Like I can come home from like working like 8 hours and it still looks perfect. So yeah, I absolutely love this one. I feel like for a drugstore foundation, it is phenomenal. And the other one I love is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, because just like the Infallible one, it has that natural finish. It's not like luminous, but it's not matte at all. I feel like this foundation would work for any skin type as well. It's a really good one. The coverage of this one is really nice, and it's not as thick as I thought. Like it's a very liquidy foundation, so it's not super thick and heavy. It feels really nice on the skin as well. So these two have definitely been my favorite. I've been using them pretty much all year. The next product I'm going to talk about is concealer, and I have been loving the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. When I first bought this, I was like hooked on the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I still love that concealer. And it's funny because when I first bought this, I really didn't like it that much. I thought it smelled weird. I thought it made me crease. This concealer just has such amazing coverage. It has such an airbrush natural finish, and I've just been obsessed with it. So I love this. It's definitely been my favorite of the year. My favorite bronzer of the year is the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer. This came out I think in the springtime. This is in the shade Bronze. It's just such a natural, smooth bronzer. I feel like it goes on the skin really nicely. It doesn't look blotchy. So yeah, this is definitely been my favorite of the year and my favorite at the moment. So my favorite highlighter that I've been using the most this year is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I bought this back in like, I think it was April or May. This highlighter is so pretty. If you love gold highlights, you are going to love this highlighter. It is like the perfect gold highlight. You can make it look sheer, you can make it look very intense. It's just a beautiful highlight. I have to say though, I'm not a fan of the packaging. I feel like it reminds me of like e.l.f. packaging, but yeah, the product is stunning. Moving on, my favorite brow product is actually a powder. For the longest time, I always used pencil, but I tried this powder out and I've been hooked on it. It looks really natural and it lasts all day. I've just been obsessed with this product. So if you guys are looking for a good brow powder, I haven't heard many people talk about this, but it's awesome. Okay, so for eyeshadow, this was really hard to decide on because I've been trying out so many different palettes and shadows this year, but I narrowed it down to what I've been using a lot. And I have 2 single shadows and 2 eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to start with the single shadows. This first one is by MAC. This is in the shade Satin Taupe. This is such a beautiful all over the lid shade. Every time I use this, it's always like my go-to like quick look because I always put this on the lid and then a transition color in the crease, and then that's it. I feel like this just makes your eyes really stand out and makes them really pretty. Super gorgeous. I'm not the biggest fan of MAC shadows. I feel like a lot of them aren't that pigmented and true to color, but this one is very pigmented. It's gorgeous. So yeah, definitely been a favorite. And then the second one is one that I got actually last year, I think, for Christmas. This is the NARS Dual Intensity Shadow in Himalaya. This shadow is insanely gorgeous. It is the perfect all over the lid shade. I feel like this shadow would work on any eye color. Anyone would love this shadow. Whenever I use this, I always spray my brush with like a setting spray or Fix Plus, and it makes the shadow go on so intense and so beautiful. So yeah, this has definitely been a favorite of mine all year. And as for the 2 eyeshadow palettes, this one is an oldie but a goodie, and I seriously use it all the time. I've had it for like 5 years now, and it's still one of my all-time favorites, and that is the Naked One palette. I use this palette all the time. You cannot go wrong with this palette. If you want to buy your first eyeshadow palette, I recommend this one. I think this one is beautiful. You have mostly warm tones in here, but there are a couple cool tones, and the shadows are so pigmented and beautiful and super intense, so really gorgeous shimmery shades. So yeah, this has definitely been a favorite of mine, and it probably always will be. And the second palette is a new palette that came out, I think it was in the fall it came out, or the end of summer. So I haven't been using it for the entire year, but since I bought it, I've been using it pretty much every single day. And that is the Anastasia Master Palette by Mario. This palette is beautiful. It's the first Anastasia palette that I bought. And the quality of these shadows I feel like is like no other. It is so beautiful, so creamy, so pigmented, yet there's no fallout and they blend in really nicely. It's a really great everyday palette, and I feel like you can create so many different looks with it. So I know it was limited edition and it's super hard to get, but if you guys can get your hands on this, I would do it in a heartbeat because it is beautiful. Okay, and then we have lip products. So I haven't been wearing that many insane, crazy colors this year. I usually was always like obsessed with them and like bright red and bright purple and stuff, but lately I've just been wearing nude colors. So, and I really got into gloss again. I used to like gloss in high school and I stopped wearing it and I started wearing like matte lipsticks and liquid lipsticks, and this year I definitely wore a lot of lip glosses. So my two favorite lip glosses, this one I have on right now. This is the NARS lip gloss in Striptease. It's a beautiful nude shade with like gold reflex to it. It is so pretty. I really like the NARS formula too because it is very lightweight on the lips. It's not sticky and thick. Your hair won't stick to it. It's a really beautiful lip gloss formula. And the second one is by Urban Decay. This is in the shade Kinky. This is such a pigmented, gorgeous lip gloss. Really long lasting. This one is a little thicker than the NARS one, but it's still not that super sticky, thick gloss. It's a really beautiful formula as well. And this color is just so pretty. It is like a really pretty natural nude shade. It's not too dark, but it's not too light. And then I have this combination, which I've been wearing a ton. This is by ColourPop. This is the Kathleen Lights Aquarius lip liner and lipstick. This color is so pretty. I love wearing them together. I love wearing the lip liner with other lipsticks and glosses because it is so, mine's disgusting. Wow. But this formula is so nice. It's so creamy, and whenever I wear this under a lipstick or a lip gloss, my lips look perfect all day. Like I don't really have to reapply them. And of course the lipstick is amazing as well. This is a cream finish. And then I just wanted to mention my favorite perfume of the year. I'm a perfume junkie. This one is probably the one that I've been using the most. This is Daisy by Marc Jacobs. It is such a pretty floral girly scent. I feel like you cannot go wrong with the scent. It is so good. So yeah, that was all my favorites for 2016. I cannot believe this year is almost over. It's still mind-blowing to me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know some of your favorite products for 2016 as well in the comments. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.